Hi guys, so today I really want to show you how to do this super bulky granny square coaster. You don't have to do a coaster, you could use this pattern to make a blanket if you please. Yeah, it's really up to you. So I'm going to tell you what you need and we're going to jump right in. So I'm going to be using a 8mm crochet hook, and I'm also going to be using the Lion brand woolies, or you could also use the Hometown USA yarn. The difference between those is one is 100% acrylic and one is a mix of acrylic and wool. I do have the baby on my lap right now, so if you hear little noises, it's just her, so please just disregard that. I'm going to be using a gold shade, and this is kind of like a cobalt shade. I don't know if you could see, but it's very beautiful. Okay, so let's grab the gold. You're also going to be needing a scissor or something to cut the yarn. So for this video, you could do it with you could start out with a magic loop, or you could start out by chaining 3 like I'm going to do, and then working into that first chain to form your loop. In this video I'm going to show you how to do the chain 3. Normally I know others will start with a chain 4 and they'll do the 3 as their double crochet, but I like to start out with a chain 3 and do the 2 as my double crochet. I don't know, I just like it better. You could do either one. So I formed a slip knot. You could go to my Bowie beanie tutorial and I'll go into more detail on how to do that slip knot. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I'm going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go back into this the first chain that we did with a slip stitch, okay? So we're going to insert our hook into that. We're going to pull the yarn through that, and we're going to pull it through the loop that was already on our hook. And if you notice, it'll form this middle center that we're going to be working in. So we're going to start out by chaining 2. Remember, like I said, you could chain 3 if you'd like, but I like to chain 2. And then we're just going to do 8 double crochet in the center to start out. And if you want your square to come out maybe a little bit larger, I would say start out with, maybe 10 or 12. If you want your square to come out smaller, obviously you start out with maybe 6 or 4. This square measures about 4 inches each way, lengthwise and widthwise. So based on that, you could decide if you want yours to be smaller or larger. If you want it to be larger, again, you increase the amount that you're starting with. If you want it to be smaller, you use a smaller amount to start with. Let me set that aside. So we're going to make this chain 2 counts as your first double crochet. So we're going to make 7 additional double crochets, and then I'll meet you at the end of that. So I just completed my 8th double crochet in the center, and if you notice that you're carrying the tail of the slip knot that you did, that's fine, just works right in with the chains. So now we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 that we did. Let me get a little bit closer. Okay, so this is the top of the chain 2. We're just going to insert our hook. It's going to take a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit at a time because I crochet a little bit tight. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through the top of the chain 2. Oh, mine's a little stuck. And we're also going to pull through that chain 2 that was already, not the chain 2, the loop that was already on our hook. Okay, so now you have the first row, the first round of your coaster done. And you'll notice that there's a little hole here. You could either choose to keep that hole there, or you could choose to just, let me zoom out a little bit. You could choose to pull on to that tail that we had when we created our slip knot, and that will close that hole shut. So it's up to you if you want to keep it open or closed. I also have one that has it opened as well. So this is it opened. I'm gonna actually close mine up. So I'm just pulling on that tail, and there it is, it's closed. So as you also may notice, I did my first and second round with the same color. I would suggest that you do the same thing. The reason being is I haven't figured out how to seamlessly change it without it kind of showing a little bit. And I mean, when I do, I'll upload a video on how to do that, but for right now I think it's best to do the first and second round the same color. These other, you could start switching colors when you get out to here, but for these two, keep it the same. So we're going to, bless you, Momo. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and for this round we're going to be doing a increase. So we're going to double the amount of chains that we had in the first round. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in each space. So we have this chain 2, and right next to it we're going to do another double crochet, and then the next chain right here I'm going to do 2 double crochets. Let me see if I could get even closer. 2 double crochets, yarn over, insert, pull up, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and just make sure that you're doing 2 double crochets in each space. And if you're not sure if you're doing it correctly, sorry, just do a quick count. Okay, so we're almost at the end. Let me just count and see how much I have so far. So I had the chain 2 that counts as 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm supposed to have 16, so I need 4 more, which is perfect because I have 2 more spaces. 1, 2, 1, and the last one So we have 16. If you started with a different amount for your first round, you should just have double the amount for the second round. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And I want to change colors here, so I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to take the scissor and I'm going to do about like a 6-inch tail. I'm going to snip that right off. Okay, so now a little bit. So you should have, your little circle. I'm just going to cinch mine, close that up. And if you find that it's not closing as tight as you want it to, when you're weaving in this tail, just weave it in back and forth, and that will give it a little more security, close it a little tighter. So right now I do want to get my new color on. I'm not going to slip stitch it on from where I fastened off. I'm going to move over 1, okay? I'm going to put my hook through and I'm going to get new color. And if you like see me rocking, it's because like I'm just in my rocking chair right by the window filming this for you guys. Like I said, it's going to be a quick video. So I put my hook through, grab the yarn, pull it through, and I'm going to just chain 1 to fasten that off. That chain 1 does not count as anything, it's just to secure it onto my work. So I'm going to chain 2, and if you find that your chain 1 that you used to secure is kind of pulling up, just tug on it a little bit and hold it in the back of your work if you can. That's if it bothers you. It bothers me, so I try to hold it. So I chained 3, and then I'm going to double crochet in the next chain. In the next double crochet space. And I'm going to do another double crochet. I'm going to chain 2, and then do another double crochet, and 1 more double crochet. Am I boring you, Moo? So this is how we are, let me zoom in onto this. This is how we're going to be forming our square, with the 2 double crochets and chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in 1 space. That's how we're kind of making that turn to get our corners for the square. Okay, then we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1, then 1 in the next space, and then another in the next space. Then, wait, let me actually zoom in. I want to make sure you guys are seeing everything. I don't want to get out of frame. So the next step is, after we did those 3 individual double crochets, we're going to do another corner by doing 2 double crochets. Okay, hon, that's enough. 2 double crochets, as if she's gonna listen to me. 2 double crochets, chain 2, and another 2 double crochets. Okay, and then we're going to do 3, and 2, 3, another increase in this corner. So that's 2 double crochets, chain 2, and another 2 double crochets. I'm gonna try to find something for her so that I think it's her teething. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. So after that increase, we're going to do another 3 double crochets. 3, and then we're going to be doing our last increase. And then we're going to be doing 2 more double crochet after we did that increase. And the reason why we're not doing 3 is because that chain 2 that we did when we started the row counts as our first double crochet. And we're going to slip stitch in the top. Okay. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Okay. And as you can see, your pretty little square is forming. Yay! You could either choose to change colors again here by fastening off. Momo, can mommy speak? Okay, baby's trying to teach you guys something too. You gotta listen. Okay, so yes, if you want to change color for your next round, or however many rounds you're doing, you'll just fasten off again, cut a tail, and reattach your yarn, not where you fastened off, but one space over to your left hand side, okay? But I want to stay with the same color, so I'm just going to keep going. To start this round, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to double crochet in the next space, and double crochet in the other next space. So that's 2 double crochets before we get to the chain 2 space, where we're going to do another increase of 2 double crochets, chain 2, and another 2 double crochets. And this is only like the amount of double crochets before you get to the chain 2 space will vary based on your size, but if you're doing the same exact amount as me, it will be 2 double crochets after the chain 2 before you get to the chain 2 space. So right now I'm doing another chain 2, and I'm gonna work right back in that area and make 2 double crochets. Okay, and yarn over, and let me tell you guys something. This space after my last set of 2 double crochet, I used to miss it all the time, and my count would be off, and I'll be wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm missing this space. So make sure you work into that space. And you could check yourself, because for each round that you do, you should be increasing 4 double crochets, because you have the 2 on each side. So for each side, like when you count each side, between the chain 2 space and the other chain 2 space, as you moving up, you're supposed to be increasing 4. So between here, for the first round, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means for the next round, I'm supposed to have 11. Okay? So far I have 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay. And that goes for when you're going all around. It's not just for this top. And make sure that you're doing the increase before you do your count, because the first 2 increase will count towards one side and the second 2 increase will count towards the other side. And I'm so sorry that Moo is like trying to take over this video, but I'm like really strapped for time, but I really wanted to show you guys how to do this. So from here to here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So my count is on. So I just did my last 2 for the increase. I just want to make sure that I work into this space. And I'm also sick. And Momo was sick. So, but I missed you guys and I needed to give you guys a tutorial. I'm also trying to figure out what to do for the crop top tutorial, but I should be able to figure out something soon, because I need it to be, you know, relatively easy but not too easy. I want to have like some style in it and stuff. But I want to make sure that everyone could follow along. So I may do one of my patterns that are listed in my Etsy store and just work on one side, or show you how to do it without getting the pattern. I don't know. We shall see. Okay. Seriously. Alright. So I'm going around to my second to last side. Momo. Momo's just like messing up my whole prop. Like, this is just like a blanket I draped over myself, guys. Like, don't kill me in the comment section, please. Like, this is for you guys. That's why I'm here. Like, trying to do this with a baby in my lap. So I'm on to my last corner. So I'm going to be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then, see, I almost forget, because sometimes the double crochets cover it. No. so let me just count between these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I just slip stitched this into the top of the chain 2 space. And then I'm going to fasten off. And if you want to make your square larger, go ahead and do another round. And if you wanted to stop at round 3, that's perfectly fine as well. So this is the square, guys. Let me zoom out. Bless you, Momo. So this is the square. Yay. And to weave in your ends, I would suggest that you separate the yarn and then weave them in 2 strands at a time. It just looks a lot better when you do it that way. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Snowflake Crochet. That's where I post a lot of my projects or upcoming videos that I'm about to do. You could also check out my Etsy store. I will list it in the description box below. And don't forget to subscribe and comment on, you know, things that you like for me to do for you guys. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do not kill me in the comments for having the baby in it. Bye.